in here today, but there we hear that on Holy Saturday night that God did on the first day, and he saw how good it was, and then the second day, and he went through that creation. But in the first creation story, he said he formed man and woman in their own image, in his own image. And today we hear as he was looking for a suitable partner for man, because he saw that the man should not be alone. And so it made me think looking at forming someone, and we should not be alone. We're all in this together. And that relationships and how important the relationships are. No matter a man and husband and wife, but just being single and working with one another and getting along with one another. And that we're all created in God's image. And here is he's seeing that finding a suitable partner. And one of the things I always do in marriage prep, and yesterday I had a wedding, and I always go through, what did you fall in love with your partner? What is that? What was that about your partner that you fell in love with? And they will tell me, it was their kindness, thoughtful. Maybe it was, is their generosity. When they get into cooking and different things like that, that's a different story. Okay, but that's a gift too as well. But I would like to see something else. But maybe patience and caring and different things as well. But but all those attributes are a gift from God. But it reflects God, and we all have it when we live out that with God. And we focus on God and being God a part of our life. When we have that. Man and woman. But all of us. But we see it there and Jesus says that from the beginning, the two become one. And really working together, it becomes God-like. But we know that certain things happen that sometimes we don't reflect God. And there might be things that maybe of different things come out with jealousy and hatred and other things. And we start not looking on the good, but looking on bad. Or maybe we're being prejudiced as well, seeing that. And then we're not being God-like, and those things happen. And Jesus talks about that really in the gospel today. That he has this confrontation with the Pharisees, and the Pharisees are questioning him. And they're questioning him about divorce. And he's saying that Moses granted that divorce because of your hardness of heart. And hardness of heart will destroy no matter what. Husband and wife, but any relationship. We become stubborn. We become set in our ways. And not looking to open ourselves up. And maybe we keep on pointing out people's faults instead of looking at the good. And that becomes hardness of heart. And looking at that and Jesus says, from the beginning, God made them male and female, where the two become one. And even the couples that when I relate that to, is that when you get along and you work well together and you do these things, that you become that one. And it takes something to forgive. It takes something to be sorry. It takes something to share of yourself. But looking at, and for all of us, for all of us, we're in a relationship with God. And this relationship has to grow. And we can look at how God has been good to us. And God has blessed us. And we got to continue to count on that. And I look back at my own life, and I'm not proud of it, some things I've done. But I still look at that, how I've been forgiven. But to look at that, too, is how I show mercy. I think sometimes we get people forget about their past and they become very rigid. But no, we got to look how God has loved us. I'm not being lenient, but I remember how do I work with one another. And I think that is so important in our life if we believe this is what Jesus says. Come and imitate me. And we say this now to grow into holiness. Holiness is more than just being here. It's going out into the world. In that relationship. I said that, we sang that third verse, make music for our Lord to hear, that we give praise, we give thanks, that we're in this relationship. We come back here, we grow in this relationship to receive Him. And sometimes we're not perfect. We had a bad week. That's what the penitential rite's all about. And ask for that forgiveness. Or even when we're walking up to receive our Lord, to think about, Lord, I know I'm not worthy. But you died for me. And it's so, in that second reading from Hebrews, it says that He became lower than the angels. How He humbled Himself. He was divine. He became human. That would be up on top of the world, and then all of a sudden you're down. But that's for us too, as well, as to humble ourselves, to say too, I'm sorry. I'm not right. Let me help you. I forgive you. That's taking on the image of God. And that's how we have to look at how God has blessed us. Do we in return share that to one another? Do we look at that? Or do we let hardness of heart get in our way? And that's what Jesus said. From the beginning, He made them man and woman, so they become one. Let us think about how the Lord has blessed us. And how do we reflect that to one another?